It's always nice when you log in and you get 15 gold bars from Rockstar. Oosh! Sup? How is it, everyone? Happy Christmas, all the best for the new year. Had a little bit of time off. I had to work on the house. My missus has been away as well, up in Nottingham and Kent, so it's left me with very few hours in the day to get editing done, walk the dogs, work on the house. I've been putting the kitchen back together. This time last year we had Arctic winds blowing through the house because I had floorboards up and holes in the walls and all sorts, so I had to just go hell for leather on that and patch everything up because I'm too old and I just can't take it. My knees get too cold and wind blowing up your jacksie is just the last thing you want this time of year. So we'll start with a little bit of Red Dead. I'll go through a little bit about the hunting and the food. It seems to be the bit that people might not know too much about, but there's a lot of wasted money and wasted effort in all the potions and some things that you collect. So yeah, let's run through a little bit of that and see if it's interesting. So I'm enjoying Red Dead at the moment. The online does need an awful lot more added to it, I think. The hunting's keeping me going just because you get the dollar at the end of the day, but it would be nice to do some crafting stuff. The crafting should be as in-depth, if not more, than story mode, in my opinion, because at the moment there's no incentive to get any 3-star pelts. You're better off just nailing the closest thing to you, doing lots of it, and even if you get 2 or 3 poor pelts, it's still going to be the same as trying to spend the time looking for a 3-star pelt. So there's no real incentive for it, and that's winding me up a little bit because it'd be they've opened gold now, so you can spend money on real gold, and it would just be a way of stopping people. You know, you're not going to be able to buy your level up, so if I'm level 100 and someone's coming and thrown £1,000 at the game, they're still going to be a level 10 if they're a level 10. That element's fine. That kind of works the same as any Rockstar game, I suppose, or any game. But it's the fact that I don't want people to be able to buy the crafting stuff. They should have to be, they should be forced to go out and hunt the 3-star pelts, deliver it, craft it, things like that, rather than just going out and buying it. I don't mind if they've got the top of the range guns or they've got the top of the range skins for them. None of that bothers me. Why on earth have you spawned me on this side of the map, you bastard? My camp is nowhere near here. Cheers, mate. Couldn't be further. Couldn't be further, could it? Unless you spawn me in Tumbleweed. So left on D-pad is going to tell me how many players I've got on the map. So what have I got to worry about? 24, no problemo. Pushing down on the D-pad, that'll show me my health. All those little cores look a little bit empty, so I'm going to top that up with a bit of food. Food. Don't need an awful lot, so I just top it up with a bit of stringy meat, so I don't waste my good stuff. And I need to put a bar around my Deadeye, so we'll get all of that refreshed. Let's call my horsey in. Now I think on story mode, when you're skinning something, you can't call your horse in, but you can on this. It doesn't do the whistle, but if you watch the horse in the corner of your map or on your mini map, you'll see that it does flash and it is responding and it does come to you. So I'll show you that first of all, just in case you're waiting to run to your horse or you think you're caught in an animation and you can't. And you can't do it, so I'll leave my horse over here, and I'm pretty sure this is right because in story mode it doesn't come over, or he whistles or something. There's something to lead me to believe that this is a good tip. So look, if I start skinning, I'm in the animation, I'm going to push up on the D-pad and over comes my horse. So don't feel that you can't. If you haven't played story mode, then I don't think you're going to have that problem because you probably would have tried to call your horse many a times while you're caught in the animation. So let's pop him up. I don't even know what condition that was in, I don't really care. Just an example. So, varmint rifles. I avoid the bow at the moment because it's kind of pointless. What you can do with the bow is pretty much achievable between the varmint rifle and the carbine. So I've avoided that until I can get the recipe for the small, what do they call it? The small game arrows, but that's 350 quid for the recipe. So I bang out, when I'm on my trek and I'm doing a bit of hunting, varmint rifle out, I stick with a carbine and ready to switch if I see something in the distance to the sniper. So we'll have a little mosey on now. I'll keep my varmint out, because when you're going through all of these bushes and on your trek, there's always a bird that flies up. Birds are amazing. Don't just look down and wait for them to fly. Have a look up, because a flock will always fly over you at some point. And they are a great source of dollar. So if I can nail it. Flying birds, one shot will take it down. I missed the first shot, that's why you heard two. Let's skin this puppy. I hate it when now here, I got sick of, when I park my horse too close to the bird, I know I can skin this here, but sometimes it's so close that you've got to get on your horse and move your horse away. It's a bit long-winded, but I suggest doing that. Don't tell your animal to flee, because you could lose any pelts or things that you have on it. So we'll just try it now. Let's pick this up. We've got one pelt on the back. I'm going to stow this puppy here as well. And let's tell it to flee. Go away. There you are, that fell off straight away. My horse is fucked off. I don't know how far it fucks off, whether it goes out of sight. I've never actually watched my horse when I tell it to flee. Okay, so it looks like maybe the pelt, oh, he does proper fuck off. He's off around the mountain. Okay. Just going to run over here a bit. Let's call him back. Oh, he's coming back from that direction. Come on, you bastard. I haven't introduced you either. This is my new horse. Say hello to Ian. Come on, Ian. Right, so what's happened here? We got my pelt. Nope, so there you go. Pelt's gone. And the bird would have gone as well. It's only because I'm stood here and I know where it is. So whether that happens when you tell other people's horses to flee, I can only imagine it does. So you might want to be careful. I mean, it would be funny to a random player, but you want to be careful about telling your mate's horses to flee, because you might lose all their shit. Now I can see a little thing on the legs over there. The varmint rifle's real good with a scope as well, just to let you know. 3-star badger there. It's better than chasing it down and, you know, causing a ruckus, because then all the other animals that you could be finding, although a lot of them are going to get scared off by the shot, you're not going to cause a lot of mayhem, so all the other animals you want to hunt will still remain in roughly the same area. Okay, that's 3 stars, so we may as well take that as well. Just hope everyone's friendly on the map. So back out with the varmint. Birds up there already. It's down, while you're aiming, down on the D-pad to get your scope out, and that toggles on and off. Oosh, oosh. Take these feathers. The feathers, they're just a good source of money. It's for how quick it is, because the birds are always in a flock. You can normally nail 2, 3, 4, sometimes up to 6 birds at a time, depending on how they flock and fly together. And I'm getting game bird meat. See, I'm getting 2 raven feathers there, so that's 2 times probably roughly about $1. And for the same time it takes you to go out and get a deer pelt, skin it, I can probably pluck 5 birds, 6 birds, and earn more dollar. You know, I still, you know, definitely still kill the deers and go for the deers if they're in the area. But on the way to doing all that, you want to pick up these birds as well, because it's just such a good source of funds. You're getting 2 feathers as well, don't forget, per item. You're also getting crafting feathers for when you get the recipe. You get 2 crafting feathers, you get a bit of game meat, but it is, like I say, a good source of money. So we'll keep moseying on. It's a bit barren out here, but every now and then I click both sticks. We've got a rabbit here by some herbs, so we'll nail all these because they're all in the same sort of vicinity. It's just nice and quick to pick up 3 pelts. I'd rather hunt like this than go and get 1 deer. You can see it's quite efficient. The rabbits are worth quite a lot, even the carcasses. And before you go and sell, it doesn't matter even if you're picking up poor carcasses, but try and make sure your horse is completely full, so all the pelts that you can fit on the back, well, not all of them because it's endless, and make sure you're hanging things on both sides of the horse. it just gives you the full potential of what you can take into the store to get sold. I normally do that quite close to the end when I'm selling it. I've got 2 on here now. I rarely do that. I'm just doing it for show, but it does slow your horse down, I believe. Hurley boy, she'll be back in a minute, mate. All right, just calm your tits, you fanny. So it's a bit foggy out here. I can see a bird on there. Is he going to fall down, or is he just going to get stuck up there? I think he's going to stay up there. Oh. Maybe something a little bit more powerful. There he is. Oh, there he is. There he is. It's alright, guys, panic over. My dog is whinging because Susie's been away for so long and now she's gone back out to go shopping. He just can't, he's got that, what's it called? The anxiety disorder? Absence anxiety disorder? Frequent absence anxiety disorder. When he's left alone, it's something like that. I can't remember. It will come back to me. I could hunt all the way back, but I'm choosing not to. You could probably get 50-60 quid's worth of stock by the time you get back, but I can't be arsed with that. I want to show you the food. There's a little bit to know about the food. All of this hunting stuff you can pick up yourself, really. It's all about quantity. When you're in cinematic mode, you can still access your map as well, so you can see my character's still moving. So sometimes I just like to keep an eye on that when I'm going past individuals. Under your items, all of the stuff down in this area is absolutely useless. So although you're going to pick up a load of stuff, biscuits, crackers, fags, stuff, it's relatively useless. If you see what it does, it puts so little regain in your core, and it's always detrimental to something else. So my stamina is going to take a hit on the cigarettes. Obviously it's the same as life. Something's always going to get a hit. There's better ways, easier ways of filling up your cores. These 3 potions and these spots, obviously when you push down on the D-pad, if you're at cinematic, down on the bottom left there, you've got heart, then you've got a bolt of lightning, then you've got the eye, so that's health, stamina and dead eye. Well, these correspond to that. Stamina's in the middle, health is on the left, and on the right is your dead eye, and then you can toggle through those as well and see what potions you've got. They're the best ways of fortifying or regaining the outer core, and then the inner core, it's all about the food, and I'll get onto the food when we get back to camp. Okay, my horse has got knackered, so I'll just fed it some food. Weapons wheel over to the horse. This is the stuff over here. Now it resets like any Rockstar game. Your weapons wheel always resets, so constantly keep checking what you're feeding it. These carrots can be bought, and if you scroll past all the stuff that you pick up, there's a wild carrot. It's better to feed it that, because you're going to replenish those for free if you keep using your eagle eye. If you keep using that every now and then and checking out your surroundings, then you might find a few herbs that are useful. And carrots are one of those things. I scared those off. Oh, we got wolves, so we're going to go with the pump on this occasion. Get down. Now, sometimes the third will fuck off anyway. I've maimed him. Sorry, mate. I hated doing that. I'm going to skin these. Just because they're here. Oh, come on, mate. Just keeping an eye on the map, making sure no one's approaching. Because we don't want to go down without a fight, do we? All those surprise attacks I got snuck up on yesterday. So there again, you know, it'd be nice to have more of a challenge with that. One of these wolves I didn't see. I mean, we'll see back through the replay. One of these might have been a perfect pelt, so it would have given me an extra challenge, because not only have I got to, they push hard on you, and there's 3 of them, and they're going to bite you, and they are going to kill you. If they get hold of you twice, I think it's normally the second bite they kill you. It would have made it a bit more of a challenge for me to have to scope out which was the perfect one, and also the extra challenge of making sure I try and keep that pristine pelt, because your horse is going to get freaked out, don't forget, so he's going to throw you off the back if you're not quick, and I just think it would be a bit more of a challenge. And of course that comes with the crafting. At the moment there's no incentive, is there? We just nail it and skin it and see you later, wolfies. I feel bad, but it's only a game. And we've got someone close to the road there, and there's so many dicks in this game. I'm not going to give him an easy shot, so we're going to detour a little bit here. And if I double click my A and change the location, and my horse has now followed that track. Do keep an eye on it though. Last night it did something completely different. So now we're going to go, right, we've got a little bit of a posse issue I noticed earlier. Everyone's close to the roads there. And we've got a bloke on our right. I can hear a bear, and that's big game meat, and we want big game meat. So let's try and hunt that bear down. That's a shotty again. Same again, no incentive to keep it pristine. All I want is the meat. Get the pelt as a bonus, but the pelt is going to occupy a lot of space. The other thing with hunting close by to people is they're going to hear the shots, so they don't know whether sometimes you're shooting at them or not, so you can instigate a little bit of a battle without meaning to. So that's why I like to keep out of range of people's scopes when I'm going from A to B. And if you get shot, obviously revenge is always the best way. It's a good life skill, that. Eye for an eye. We did it a little bit overboard last night, JB, Slayer and I, on a certain individual. A couple of kills probably would have been enough to just put him in his place and then turn around and ride off. That's normally how we operate. But we carried on going on him for some reason last night, and we got owned by two guys just turned up out of nowhere. Oh, see, nice flock of birds, look. So we know we can get all of this. Oh, and something else. See, this is all in a nice little area, look. That's beautiful. There's like, what? There's probably about $20 worth of stuff there. And that's an easy pickup. It's just a shame this pink's so close. Just make sure he doesn't come up north. If you've been hunting for a while as well, don't forget the stuff's going to rot on the back of the, not on the back of the horse, where if it's a carcass it is. Any carcass basically is going to fall off your horse. So if you're not intending to go and sell it straight away, by all means carry it like I'm doing now, but when you're closer to your selling point, so if I was going to sell now, I'd probably swap those over for this, just so I don't risk losing them moments before I get to the sale. I'm pretty sure you've got a couple of days though. They do last quite a while. And Warborg says if you don't skin them, then they will last a little bit longer. So all of this, I just want all the feathers and all. You can only hold 10 of each feather as well, I believe. So once you've hit your max, there'll be no point in me farming any more of the turkeys, because all I'm going to get is the meat and flight feathers. But same, flight feathers are going to fill up as quickly as the actual feather does. I'm going to take a bit of a shortcut here because we're on flatter ground. Okay, because it's on the way, I'm going to go to the butcher's and flog all this stuff, and let's just hope that this guy's not being a dick. I'm going to get ready for it though, just in case. So I'm going to get, that's the wrong slot, so I like my pump down there, and my repeater in there. So I'm going to give him a clear indication that I don't want any shit by going away from him. I think he's just logged out, so that helps a lot. So we can go straight up here now, without fear of anything. You see my cores are a little bit low again, so I just prep for any trouble. A bit more food, stringy meat, because only a little bit of the core. I'll go into that a bit more in a minute. Needs replenishing. So you can see I'm not using these things here. I mean, I know they're dead-eye, but I might have things in there for stamina or health, but they are literally worthless, absolutely worthless. And while we're here, because I noticed the mail bag there, it's definitely worth going in your catalogue and buying 1,000 rounds of every bit of ammunition, because the shops are few and far between on the map. So it gives you the opportunity to go to the railway station and re-top up if that is, you know, a thing. Well, it's either a slight detour off your route or it's on your route to go and do a mission. So it's like a second, it's like a back me up, little backup of ammo basically. Right, I'm just going to sell all this because we don't have the recipe to make all of that. I don't have the recipe for game feathers, so I can sell my flight feathers. Keep your meat, just for now. You don't always need to keep it. Sell all that, so there's $4.50 there for that, $4.50 for 3 of those. So it all adds up. Just keep a meat. Feather can go, all of they can go. All of those can go. Wolf heart, we don't need that. I don't think you can cook that either. Don't want that. So look, I mean, carcass, $2 for a carcass, $3 for the perfect badger carcass. Okay, so it's just a little bit of money that we, you know, bonus money on the way to somewhere. So now I still need to get to my camp, which is still fucking miles away. Oh my god, it is a nice spot up there though. Ultimately we're aiming for here first, so let's go there. I want to show you a little spot. If you remember that spot there, so it's up the far right river. You got this knobby out jutty bit, this one, and then you got one that goes up. This one here, loads of herbs around here. We'll just go and double check that I'm not feeding you a bum steer. You can kind of tell by their placement as well whether they want a little bit of you. I don't like this guy coming down here, he's coming down a little bit too quick. So, because he's so quick, I'm going to go with the low ground because he's got to come over the top. Far too close. If he had his gun out there, he was going to get nailed without a doubt. Luckily he's half naked. This guy might want a bit of it, I don't know. I'm going to give him a wide berth as well. Any shots here and I know he wants me. My horse is knackered as well. You want to keep your eye on your horse stamina. I should have let that replenish. And then when you get to a player, if you need to bolt towards him or away from him, you got that option. On the whole, it's been quite friendly though, I think. Not many dicks about. The ones that own us, normally we've started the fight, to be quite honest with you. I think the first fight in the town we ever had, we started. Yeah, on the whole, most people have been friendly, I think. Everyone's just getting about their business, and I'm sure it'll get ruined eventually, but for now, it's like an adult GTA, that's how I kind of find it. You know you're not going to get a dick in a Harrier jump jet fly over your head and shoot you off your horse or something, or a bloke with an RPG hiding in a bush, firing at your feet. It's you, your horse, the terrain, and a little bit of brain. And that's why I like it. I like it a lot. I don't need to drive around at 3,000 miles an hour. I'm quite happy cantering along, looking at this beautiful scenery. But then I am an old man. You're dying. Another reason I go for the birds, that was a bit of an overkill, but like I said, it doesn't matter. You're not going to ruin the meat, but you're not going to ruin the feathers, you're not going to ruin the meat. And I don't feel like I have to go to a butcher's now because all of this stuff goes in my satchel. You can hold loads and loads of shit in your satchel. There'll be a limit to the feathers and the meat eventually. But if you're skinning animals like rabbits, all that goes in your satchel. Squirrels go in your satchel, badgers. See, there's some deer there. This is why I like the sniper. And this is why there should be crafting, because I don't want to waste my time running down there and then all 4 of them disappear. I'm running all over the fucking place trying to get one deer. So it's nice just to, look, he's a 1-star, he's a 2-star, he's a 2-star, he's a 2-star. So there is literally no point, if there was crafting, in killing these at all. If I've got no intention of getting the meat, there is no point at all. Okay, just shot a squirrel. Picking it up, see, look, go straight in the harness. Now you can sell these as squirrels, or if you go into your satchel, don't forget you can break them down. So he appears there, bottom right hand corner, A breakdown. Hold on to that. You'll get a little bit of stringy meat. Is it? You'll get a squirrel's tail and a pelt. I think you get a bit of stringy meat as well, but if I'm carrying 10, then yeah, I'm carrying 10, so it wouldn't give me any more. which is no problem. So we're on a mark now. And over here should be, so here we go, we've got, that looks like the bush brush or whatever it's called, the common bulrush. So that's always near the water's edge. And then if I go over here, there's mint, I believe. Where was it? Well, there's these golden currants. I'm sure I saw something over here. Or yeah, it's here. These are the carrots. So you've got wild carrots here. We need some of those, so we'll take these. Nice little variety on this whole peninsula bit here. So we've got carrots. I'm full on the others, so I can't pick up any more of those. Let me just run up here a bit. Bit more eagle eye. What's this here? Yeah, we've got some ginseng. That's good stuff, man. That's good for all your tonics and your potions. Make yourself a little list as well. I've got all of mine written down here, so I know what I can sell and what I need for crafting. So we've got wild mint here. Do I just see? No, another wild carrot. There's the mint. Need the mint. So for cooking, mint, oregano, and thyme is what you need. $1 is what I need. So we'll get all of that in us. 10 of each again is what you carry. 10 herbs. Oregano, so I'm full on that. That's good stuff too. That's for your cooking. And then yonder, I think there's more currants over here. There was sage there as well, wasn't there? Oh no, it's that, yeah, sage, hummingbird sage. I'm full on that. And then we've got, looks like more wild mint. There we go. So once again on the map, it's that little spot there. It's all of this here, this whole bit. There's lots of stuff going on here. If you zoom in, I did have mint here on the map, but that seems to have gone. And don't forget you can add markers with the left stick. They won't last forever, they'll only last for your game session, but you can add quite a few, as you can see. So if you come across any herbs, just chuck them on the map, but then your mini map looks as ugly as mine does down there. None of that either. So let's head up to camp. I'll show you a little bit about the food, because then we're in a safer environment. But nice spot here for stuff, I think you'll agree. Carrots for the horse, herbs for your cooking, herbs for crafting. And I like this spawn. This is a attractive place to spawn. It's nice on the river. It's close-ish to Saint Denis, but far enough away that you're not going to get all these people hanging around and being a bit dramatic on you. This camp as well can spawn down here, I think, and I have been on this point as well, so it makes it not very far away. It's a nice little spot. Fishing's available here. Just lots of good stuff. So we'll head over to camp now. I'll just show you a bit about cooking and food. Oh, we've got problems. Ow, 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 ow. Duck and weave, duck and weave. Just get off the track, because they're all going to be there. Horses freak out. I've crashed. No problem. No problem. Oh, that is a problem. We nailed. Oh, my horse is dead. No problem. Let them come to me. Oh, Christ, stop sliding, you stupid bitch. I might get. Oh, I was going to say I was going to get away with a revive there. I might go down here. Not going out without a fight though. You're tasting shit, mate. Let's see if I can get a revive on my horse. Ian! 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 I got you, Ian! Oh no, I'm looting. I don't want to loot. Revive. You're alright, Ian. Jump up. Okay, I'll just get shot in the face because that was such a long animation. Wait, come here, bitch. I spatter you everywhere, mate. Right, instead of going for defense, I am now going attack, get down, bitch. As you can see, the shotgun is a little bit OP. One shot in the chest. Right, I'm going to have to try a satchel thing here. Bang up some food quick. And health. Oh, I thought it was down lower. Oh, there is one down low. That was a little bit sloppy. That's the first game battle of the day though, so. So, some potent snake oil. Definitely worth looting the bodies. Try not to leave them. Sometimes on a mission you've got to, but you might find treasure maps, money, gold, tonics. So my horse's core's low. Once again, make sure we're on wild carrot before we release. And we know we haven't paid for it. The less you spend in this game, the more money you're going to have. It makes complete sense. So there's no reason to be buying tonics, potions, all of that stuff. All the stuff is free in the environment for you to keep all your cores sustainable and very well sustainable. So here we are at home sweet shithole. So my horse is good. I'll just give him a little feed. It's for loving too. It's a new horse, so that gives you a few little perky points, as you can see in the right. So on these items, don't forget you can push right and left. Plain game bird, I can't. It's not giving me the option here. I could have minty big game, oregano, thyme. And the reason they're not highlighted on mine, if you look at the bottom, I've already got 10 of each. So my stash is quite healthy. My food. So you go into cooked mature venison, you click on that and it will open everything you've cooked in there. So I've got 10 plain, 10 with thyme, 10 with oregano, and 2 minty. And you can see what they do at the bottom. It's all relatively the same. So it doesn't matter what you eat out of these, they're all going to give you a nice big boost. You're not going to be empty cored after that, because if you're leaving it until you've got such little left before you eat, then you're probably pretty close to dead anyway. So there's those. Big game meat is the stuff that I recommend. I'll come on to that in a minute. But there's your pork, so you could have 10 thyme, 10 plain, 10 minty, 10 oregano. It's just I haven't cooked them. Stringy meat, always keep 10 of those. The max is 10 anyway, so I'm going to cook 10 more of those because, as you see at the bottom, it gives you just a little boost. And sometimes that's all you need just to top yourself up, so that you're not wasting some of this nice big juicy stuff that's going to give you a big boost. But then, you know, where's the balance? I've got 32 of those, I've got 15 odd of those, I've got 36 of those. You know, am I really worried about wasting the food? So I just mash on anything, the first thing in the slot. What I do take care about is that I don't mash this unless I'm going into a fight with, normally it's with real players, or if I've got stuck with real players. And this is why, if you look at what it does at the bottom there, it gives you a fortification on your core as well. So the plain does nothing, but it gives you a full boost on everything. The minty is for the health, the oregano is for the stamina, and then the thyme is for the dead eye. And it's a 4-level fortification, so health core for a day, so that's a whole day in game, which I think is really useful. So I avoid those. You could just get away with selling all of the porks, all of the venison, all of the tender pork, all your birds, and then you're gaining money all the time because you don't really need those. Literally all you need is stringy meat and the big game. But then you've got to make sure your plain game is topped up, otherwise you'll have nothing. You'll be wasting these perks, if you like. So I'm just going to make sure I'm topped up on stuff. I know I need 2 stringy meats because I've only got 8, so I'm going to cook 2 of those because they're good just for the little boost. And I've got some big game meat. I can't remember what it was for now. Minty. So we'll do some minty because that's the health one as well. So that's why I use it with PvP stuff, because you'll get in a fortification. You can combine it with a tonic as well, so you've got a fortified outer ring. That's what she said. and it just makes it a bit easier in battle. Although, I mean, I did overboost it last night when we had that trouble, and one headshot, it still just eliminated me, so might need a tweak. It doesn't seem to offer much fortification. I think the fortification only applies to how long it will last before it all starts depleting naturally. I don't think it matters in a gun battle. So stow that. I think we can cook more stuff. I just want to get everything topped up really, so I've decided now, I was selling all my meat except for big game, but what I'm going to do is cook every single thing, and then I know I'm good for probably a few months playing. I'm never going to have to cook any more meat. I'll keep my the big game meat topped up, obviously, and the way to get that is that's bears, alligators, and the alligators are the best way of getting it. The easy prey. Go to the southeast, shed loads of them about spawning, and down there you get the pink spoonbills as well, the birds, so you can have plenty of feathers down there. The carcass is worth like $3.60 or something, I think, something close. The feathers are worth a lot of money each. So anyway, I think that'll do for now. There's a lot of information. I think fast, or I talk fast, so I hope it's not too annoying, and we'll leave it there and get into another adventure next time. Peace.
Don't mind if you want.
No, it's all good. I've got a 2-star on the back end. I'm stuck in a tree.
Sorry, can you be silent for just 5 seconds? Hold on a second. Peace. Cheers, carry on.
Fuck you.
Sorry, I said peace at the end and then I pressed stop, but there's like a 10-second delay on my recorder, so it cut off half the piece.
Oh.
Carry on, sorry to interrupt you boys. Sorry.
That's P.
Sorry boys.
That's P.
P on you. P on you.
P on you.
Enter Slayer's mum joke here.
Oh no.
I do like the little freestyle.
Get one from the fucking reserve.
I like peeing on Slayer's mum.
I bet you do, Timmy.
There's my outro sorted. Cheers boys.
No problem. Happy to help.